It's not in you. It's out here. It's a familiar spirit. It's trying to play on what you don't believe.
What's going on, SoCar family? We have some very good news from the man, Pete Cabrera himself. Let's get into it. It's time. You've never seen what I'm about to do. No one has. I've known it to be possible. Now watch and see. The fear of this leap is gone. The flight is all that remains. The fear of this chapter is no more. Watch closely and see what I've said to be possible all along. I've waited 5 years to be released, and now he has released me. Thank you, Jesus. The manifestation has begun. Now, I think the moral of this story, well, it can only be one thing. Pete Cabrera is the most interesting man in the world.
His legend precedes him, the way lightning precedes thunder. Every time he goes for a swim, dolphins appear. He is the most interesting man in the world. When it is raining, it is because he's thinking about something sad. The pheromones he secretes have been known to affect people miles away in a slight but measurable way. He once punched a magician. That's right, you heard me. His blood smells like cologne. He is the most interesting man in the world.
The things you have heard about me are all true. It is true that I lived in a cave for a summer in the hills of the Serengeti after being gifted a wife by a local tribe's leader. It is true that I owned 3 sports cars and wrecked 5, and that I taught a horse to read my email for me. I almost broke the land speed record in 1977. Popular opinion amongst my team was that my beard caused too much wind resistance. I would have shaved it, except, no, I wouldn't have. Anyway, the women, they seemed to like it, and I was the featured guest at a charity bachelor auction that very night. It seems I recall that I brought in over 13 million lira, which was quite a large sum at that time. Forgive me, I digress. When I was first contacted by Gosekis to share my acquired knowledge on their behalf, I was very excited. You see, I fell in love with Gosekis after my short stay in a jail in Guadalajara. In fact, I returned every Thursday after I was sprung to play canasta with some of the guards. But I am no shill. I express reservations, so allow me to introduce myself. I am, in fact, the world's most interesting man.
The police often question him just because they find him interesting. His beard alone has experienced more than a lesser man's entire body. His blood smells like cologne. He is the most interesting man in the world.
I don't always drink beer.
Man, I started drinking so much during this time. And I was a pastor at this time. I was a pastor of a church.
But when I do, I prefer Dos Equis. Stay thirsty, my friends.
His personality is so magnetic, he is unable to carry credit cards. People hang on his every word, even the prepositions. He can speak French in Russian.
And he plucked it and been plucked to shit by him and been plucked to shit by him.
He can speak French in Russian.
And been plucked to shit by him.
He is the most interesting man in the world. His reputation is expanding faster than the universe. He once had an awkward moment, just to see how it feels. He lives vicariously through himself. He is the most interesting man in the world.
I don't always drink beer, but when I do, I prefer Dos Equis. Stay thirsty, my friends.
It's not in you! It's out here! It's a familiar spirit! It's trying to play on what you don't believe